Hello student, in this video I am going to discuss about the topic is TCP socket and datagram socket programming, and it is a very good topic. Student want to know how to do the programming in Java with the help of the classes which are available in the Java language for the socket programming. Basically, this topic is related to the subject web technology KCS 602 of unit 3. So we are going to start the next topic is TCP socket. So first of all, we must understand what is the socket. So socket basically it is a communication mechanism. So it is a communication mechanism between the two computers. So if you want to make the communication, want to transfer the data between two computers, then we need to create a socket. And basically it is the part of a protocol transmission control protocol, which is called TCP protocol, or you can say TCP IP protocol. So whenever we are going to connect with the help of a socket or want to communicate between two computers, we need two things. One is client and second is server. So if client want to connect to the server, we need a socket, and server want to connect to the client, also we need a socket. So for communication purpose, client will create a socket and server will also create a socket for the communication between two computers. And when the connection is established with the help of a socket, communication start. Client can send the data to the server, as well as server can send the data to the client. Now, the socket has two streams. One is output stream, second is input stream. So, output stream is basically to write message to the stream, and input stream is used to read the message from the stream. So, we will discuss in detail with the help of programming what is the use of output and input stream. Basically, client output stream is connected to the input stream, meaning the client will send the data, or you can say write the data in the output stream, which is connected to the input stream of the server, and server will read the data from the output stream. Similarly, client input stream is connected to the server output stream. If server want to write or want to send a message to the client, server will write something to the output stream, and because it is connected to the input stream of the client, client will read the message. Now, we are going to implement this socket programming with the help of Java programming language. So, in the Java, we have a class name is server socket of the package net, that is networking package, and it is a class provided by Java language. And the purpose of this server socket is to create a socket for the server program. It obtained a port and listen the client request also. When the server socket invokes an accept method, method does not return until a client connects. So I am talking about the server socket. Socket is the class which is provided by Java programming language. It obtain a port and will listen from the client request. Server socket invokes an accept method. This is the method to connect to the client. It is waiting for a client to be connected. When the client is connected, it will return from the client, and a communication between server and client is established. After client does connect, the server socket creates a new socket on a port and returns reference to the new socket. So when the socket is connected from client to the server, the communication will start. Now we have a class for creating the server program. Similarly, we have a class for creating the client. So name of that class is socket. For earlier in the server we are using server socket. If you have only the socket, that is it is to create a client program, and client obtains a client socket object similarly by or you can say using this class, and the server socket, or you can say this socket object is connected with the server with the help of the accept method that I discussed earlier, and connection between two computers is established. One is client and second is working as a server. Now, to demonstrate this theoretical concept with the help of programming, I will discuss here the program and I will also run the program, so that you can understand how to implement these two classes, server socket and socket, with the help of programming. So, here it is a simple example. We are sending a message, or you can say client send a message to the server and server will receive it. So, only one mode is in this program. Client will send the message and server will receive it. Server will not sending any message to the client. In this example, we are taking only one direction. Even the communication can be established between both the direction. So, in this example, client is only send the message and server will receive it. So, we need two programs, one program for the server and second program is for the client. So, this is the first program, or you can say the program related to the server. So, whenever we want to use this class server socket, we need to import the package, import java.net.star. Then I have created a class name is my server, write a main method. Then you create a object SS is the object of type server socket, and we are going to connect this socket at the port number 6666. Now, this server socket object is created. Then we call an accept method to find out the client is available or not. If the client is available, this accept method will return the object and the server will connect it to the client. So, accept method will look for the client. Suppose the client is active and this object will instantiate it by the class socket. Now, with the help of these two sentences, we have created a server socket object and we have connected with the client also with the help of SS accept method. Next job is for the server is to receive the data. For receiving the data, we need to use the streams. So, one of the stream is data input stream, and we have created the object of this data input stream is DIS for this programming purpose. Now, you can see the input stream is created because we need to receive the data. We need to get the data from the client. So, we are creating the input stream here. Now, to receive the data, we need to create a string variable. So, string variable is created. Then we are using the method read UTF to read the data which is given by the client, and we are typecasting is of a string. So, data which is given by the client is stored in str and we are displaying with the help of system.out.println, and the message will display to the monitor. This is the program for the server. We have the program for the client also. So, in this you can see we need to import the same package, only the change is the name of the class. In case of server socket, we are using the server here and here we are using the socket. So, we have created the object for the local host. We need to give because we are running this program in this system. So, we have not mentioned an IP address. So, we are using the local host for the local server, and we are going to connect the port number at 6666. So, object of S is created of the socket. Next part is we need to write something for the server. So, we have to use output stream. So, data output stream is created, that this is D out is the object of data output stream. When we have created the data output stream, the next job is to write something in the data output stream. So we are using dout.write UTF and write the name of the any message. You can write any message here. So when this statement is executed, the message hello server will be written to the output stream, and output stream is connected to the input stream of the server. So the whatever the message you will type here will go to the server. So we have two programs, one is server program, second is client program. Next part is I am going to run both the program, and I will show you how to run this program, how to compile this program, and what is the way communication is going to establish, how the message is transferred from client to the server. So to run this program, we need to use command window. Open the command window. Then go to the drive where your program is there. I am using a Notepad++. So here you can see this my server program. I already written this my server program. It is same program that I am explaining in the PPT. We have import java.net.star. Then we have created server socket SS at the port number 666. We are using accept method that I explained in the PPT. So the program is there. Then similarly we have my client.java program. We have created the socket S. S is the object of type class socket. Then we have created the output stream, data output stream to write something in the data output stream, and that will given to the server, will reach to the server. So we are using write UTF, and this message will be there. So what our task is, we have to compile this both the program my server.java and my client.java. Then we run both the program. So at server level, this message will display hello server. So what you will do, first you write this program and save with the .java extension and go to the command prompt. Okay. Now very important part is we need to have two command prompt, because one for the server and one for the client. Again I am repeating, we need to create two command prompt, two CMD. So to create second command prompt, just use again and new command prompt will be created. So we have a two command prompt here. We have already created, so we are not going here. The two command prompt is already created. So I am going to the test drive, which is my drive in my hard disk C drive. So you can see here, we test. Okay, and just arranging it. So now you can see there is a two command prompt. One is for the server and second is for the client. Now I have a program. So first we have to compile the program java my server dot java. The program is compiled. You can compile the client program here also, there is no problem, but for the demonstration purpose I am compiling this program in the second command prompt. So we are using java c my client dot java. Now you can see both the programs are compiled. So first of all we need to run the server program so that it will wait for any client. If the client is active, the message will display at the server command prompt. So we are running the program here java my server. So it is waiting for any client which is available to be connected for any message from the client. So I am running a Java client program. This is the client program, and you can see in the second window I have given a message in the client program hello server, and this message is displayed at the first command prompt, which is dedicated for the server program. Okay, so you can see here is one server and there is a client. You can assume two command prompt like a to computer, and we are communicating from one computer to the other computer. So hopefully you understand this what is the server socket, TCP server socket programming, and it is a connection oriented programming. So whatever you type, it will go to the server, and if you type something on the server, it will go to the client. For the time being, this program is only giving the message from client to the server. Next, I am going to discuss example 2. So that I already discussed how will you run the socket programming. So we need to have two command window, command prompt, and first one command prompt is to compile and run the server program, and second command prompt is to compile and run the client program, and the message will display. Next, I am going to discuss example 2, which is basically two-way communication. That is, server will send the message to the client, and client will also send the message to the server. And this will establish the both-way communication, and the message will keep on going. Server can send any message to the client, and client send any message to the server, and the message will display at both window. And this communication will stop when we will type the stop, either from the client side or from the server side. When both will agree, the program will stop. So here we need two program again, one for the server and second is for the client. So client will write to the server, server will receive it and print the text, and server will write to the client, and client will receive it and print to the text. So first of all, the server program. As I discussed in my previous example, so just to discuss only important part in this example is just we need to create the server socket object SS, and this time we are using the port number 333. You can use any available port number. And just in brief, I am explaining as I discuss on the what is the use of accept method. It is look for any client which is available or not. If the client is available, this accept method will return the object related to the client for communication. Now main part is we need to receive the message as well as we need to write the message to the client also, and want to receive the message from the client. So we need both the stream. We need data input stream also, we need data output stream also. We have created the object for D in for data input stream, D out for data output stream, and it is wrapped with the get input stream and get output stream. Second part, when you type from the keyboard, that is you are giving some input to the server. So we need a buffer reader class. This is a well-known class to take the value from the user from the keyboard. So we are using buffer reader class, and we have created an object of BR to get the value user will type through the keyboard. So it is wrapped with the input stream, and we are using system.in, that is we are able to read the messages whatever typed by the user through the keyboard. And we have created two string variable str and str2. Now this part, this while loop is important. What we are doing, this while loop will continue till user will type the stop. So client will say anything to the server, and server will say anything to the client, and this communication will stop when we type the stop keyword with the help of keyword. Then the message will be stopped. Message between both the client and server will be stopped. So suppose client has written something. The first job is we need to read something the client is written, and we are displaying the client whatever the client is saying with the help of str variable, which is already we have taken. We have already taken the message of client in this str variable. Second, if you type something through the keyboard and want to write to the client or want to say something to the client, so first of all we need to read it through the keyboard whatever I type, will be taken in str2. Then with the help of write UTF method, it will write to the output stream of the server, which is connected to the input stream of the client. So it is a program just to receive the message from the client and write message to the client. Similarly, we have a client program. Now important part is here we are using only the class socket, and it is connected with the local host and the port number 333 as we have used in the server. Again, we have a two output stream, data input stream and data output stream, and we are using buffer reader to get the value from the keyboard. So we have str and str2. You can see both the program is similar, and only the important part is in the server we are using the server socket class to designate that this program is for the server, and in the client we are using the socket class only to designate that this program is for the client. Then we are using the while loop here, and this while loop is similar as mentioned in the server. So we are reading the value from the keyboard and write to the output stream with the help of write UTF. If some message is written by the server, we are reading with the help of read UTF, and then we are displaying this message, whatever the server is saying. So client is able to write message to the server, and server is able to write message to the client. Server will receive any message written by the client, and client is also able to receive any message written by the server. This communication will continue till we type stop, and after typing stop, the program will stop. Next, I am going to discuss about how to run this program, going to demonstrate running of these programs. So you can see this is a program of my server 1. In this we are using two-way communication with the help of two stream, input stream and output stream, and buffer reader is to get the value from the user, and we are using same while loop here that I discussed in the PPT to read the value from the client and write something for the client with the help of output stream. Then we are displaying. This will continue and displaying the message. It will stop when we type the stop method. Similarly, we have the client program also, and here we are using the class socket, and same we are using input stream and output stream and buffer reader, and this while loop will continue. Next, I am going to run this program. Again, I discussed must have two windows to run this program. So we have one is for the server and second is for the client. So first of all, we need to compile the program. So server1 dot Java program is compiled. Then we have a Java C my client 1 dot Java. So both the program are compiled. Then we are running the program. So we have compiled both the program Java C my server 1 dot Java and Java C my client dot Java. Then we are running a server program. So you can see it is waiting for the client to be connected. So when I run the Java client program, client 1. Now both are connected. Now I am typing here AKGEC. So it is displaying clients and AKGEC. So here I am typing how are you. So here you can see these are extra tense. Okay, so here you can see it is displaying how are you. If you type here I am fine, you can see here the client is say I am fine. Then you can type what is your section. It is displaying what is your section server is asking, you can write here, you can write here section is CSE1 for example. So it is displaying section is CSE1. These are extra typing. Basically I have not changed the command prompt mode, so whatever you type will display at the same command prompt. So that you can try to switch from one command prompt to the other command prompt whenever it is needed. So here server is saying okay. Now you can stop here. Here you can write stop. Okay. So you can also type here again stop, then communication is established, both are agreed to stop, write stop here and stop it, the program is stopped. Okay, so when by saying both the way want to stop, then both will write stop, and after typing at the server label, remember at the typing at the server label you write the stop, then the program will stop. So you can see it is a very easy program, and Java provide good classes for the socket programming, and if you know very well what is the input stream and what is the output stream, then you can connect for the both the computer for the communication purpose. So next is going to discuss about Datagram socket classes. Previously I discussed about the TCP, that is connection oriented socket programming, and now I am going to discuss Datagram socket programming. It is a connectionless socket programming, connectionless communication between client and server. So similarly Java also provide two classes for this communication. One class is to create the socket, which is called Datagram socket, to create a connectionless. This is important, to create a connectionless socket. Earlier whatever I discussed, it is connection oriented socket for sending and receiving a datagram packets. So datagram is basically a information, and the connectionless communication is that there is no guarantee of its content as well as its arrival and arrival time. Earlier there is a guarantee of your message will deliver to the server, but in this case it is no guarantee. This way of communication is also important whenever you want to send the message which is not as such relevant, and you are not worried about any timing of the delivery of the message at the client side. Now in the case of Datagram socket class, which is provided by the Java, there are three important constructor. One is Datagram socket constructor. So it will binds with the port number and local host machine. Second, whatever you can assign the port number also. This is the second constructor. If you want to include the port number, you can do it. And third category of constructor is you can have the port number also. You can specify IP address, that is you can specify website IP address or server IP address to which you want to connect. So there are three constructor. One is without port number, second is with port number, and third one is with port number as well as host address, that is IP address. Similarly, we have one more class is Datagram packet. Suppose you want to send the message to the client, so it is divided into multiple packets, then the message will be delivered to the client. So sending the data, we need a class name is the Datagram packet. So we can send multiple packet. It may arrive in any order. Additionally, packet delivery is not guaranteed. Similarly, it has two constructor that here I am discussing. One is consist of two parameter. it will take the message in terms of array of type byte, and also you need to specify the length of the message, that is, or you can say length of the array. Second constructor is we can specify the information in terms of an array and of type byte. You specify the length of the array also, and you specify the IP address to which you are going to deliver the packet, and you can specify the port number also. So, first constructor will take only 2 parameters and second constructor will take 4 parameters. It is your choice. You can create the object of using the first constructor also, and you can create the object using the second constructor also. Next, I am going to discuss about practical programming of this datagram packet and datagram socket. So, here is again we have a 2 program, one is related to the sender program and second is related to the receiver program. Sender will send the data and receiver program will receive the data. So, we have created a socket. So, whenever you want to you want to send a message to the client, you need to create a socket. So, this time we are using datagram socket class, meaning we are going to create a connectionless communication. That is, the message delivery is not guaranteed. Earlier we use only the socket class, that is, the message delivery is guaranteed. In this case, message delivery is not guaranteed. Now, the message that we are going to display is welcome CSE students, and we are going to deliver this message at IP address 127.0.0.1. You can give any IP address, it is for demonstration purpose. Now, to use this IP address as an object, we need to create an object of IP net address. This class is provided by Java, it is available in the net package of the Java. It create an object related to an IP address. Now, next we have created a socket. Next part is to create a packet. So, we have created an object of datagram packet here, and we are passing the number of bytes as an array, and we are calculating the length of the array. We are giving the IP address also, and we are giving the port number also. So, we are using the second constructor here, which consists of 4 parameters. Next, we are second program to receive the data. So, to receive the data, again we need to create the socket with the help of datagram socket with the port number 3000. You can take any port number, and to receive the data we need to create an array of type byte as mentioned in the constructor. Then we created a object of datagram packet. Now, want to receive the data, we are using ds receive dp. Earlier you can see here in this, to send the data we are using ds send, and dp is the packet that we are sending it. Okay. So, we are using the send method of this socket object to send the data, and data is available in the object dp, that is datagram packet. Now, to receive the data we are using the receive method of the datagram socket object, and the data that will be received again in the object of datagram packet, and which is already defined the name of the array in which the data will receive and size of the array. Next part is we have used the str object to display whatever the message you receive. To display the message, we are using get the data from the datagram packet, because the data must be assembled properly, and then only you can display it. So, we are ensuring that all the data has been received, and the length of the data from 0 index to the length of the packet, okay, length of the total message. So, this message will be stored in the str variable, and we are displaying this message to the audience or in the monitor. So, now we are running these 2 programs. So these are two programs. One is DA sender, that is data sender, datagram sender. So here you can see, as I discussed, we have DS object, then we have INET address object, then we have DP object, and we have sent the data with the help of DS and DP. Then we have datagram receiver class. We have created the DS socket, and we have created a buffer to receive the data, and we are receiving the data with the help of DS receive DP. Then we are converting into a string format to display to the monitor, display to the user. Now to run the program, so again we have, one is for this window is working as a sender and this window is working as a receiver. So first of all we need to compile the program java c d sender dot java. It is compiled. Next we compile here java c d receiver dot java. Program is compiled. Now we run the program java d sender. So you can see here, this is important. It has sent the message to the receiver and it is not waiting for the delivery of the message, and immediately it is program is terminated. It is coming back to the command prompt. Now we are here running java d receiver, and again it is waiting for, so we need to again run this d sender. So client should be active to receive it. So earlier the client is not active, so it is not received properly, and sender will not wait for delivery of the message. Now you can see it is displaying welcome AKGEC CSE student. So as you run the sender program, it will give the message to the clients. Client should be active, then the message will be received by the client and it will display on the monitor, display to the user. So I have discussed about two category of programming. One is related to socket programming, the second is related to datagram packet programming, datagram socket programming. So I discuss here four important classes. One is server socket class, second is socket class, and third one is datagram socket class, and fourth one is datagram packet. So I discuss these implementation of these four classes provided by Java programming language, and it is very easy to understand the concept and implement the concept. You can do good programming with the help of these classes. I hope you understand whatever I want to convey the message to all of you, and you understand this programming. For any doubt, you can contact to me, and you can WhatsApp me any message related to this video. Thank you very much. Thank you.